Hi students, myself Payal Christie and you can subscribe my channel on YouTube for more videos. And today we are going to study from Standard 11th Commerce, Subject English, Chapter number 2, We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together. Now, the chapter itself suggests that if we all are together in any dangerous situation, then we are not afraid of it and we are not even afraid to die if such situation comes in our life. Now, this chapter is written by two authors, that is Gordon Cook and Alan East. Before starting the chapter, let's have a brief summary of this chapter. This is a story of extreme skill and courage exhibited by Gordon Cook, his family, and two men by traveling on the sea. Now, this is a story of Gordon Cook, his family, and two crewmen, and they are traveling on the sea. Now, before moving to the chapter, let's look at the meanings of these expressions. Honing our seafaring skills, that is, it refers to the efforts made by the author and his wife to improve their seafaring skills, means to improve their skills for the voyage. Pinpricks in the vast ocean, that is to search for two tiny islands in the vast ocean. Ominous silence, the impending danger. A tousled head, the disarranged hair of the author's son Jonathan. Mayday calls means the international radio signals used by ships and aircrafts needing help when in danger. Now let's move towards the chapter. In July 1976, my wife Mary, son Jonathan 6, daughter Susan 7, and I set for sail from Plymouth, England, to duplicate the round the world voyage made by 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. Now in July 1976, Gordon Cook, his son's name is Jonathan and he is of 6 years old. His daughter is Susan, 7 years old. His wife's name is Mary and they set for sail. Now they are going for the voyage, that is the sea journey from Plymouth, England, to duplicate the round. To duplicate means to repeat the round, the world voyage. Now they also wanted to do this voyage which was made 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. Now Captain James Cook, he had made a voyage of the world before 200 years earlier, and now Gordon Cook and his family, they are also going for this world voyage. For the longest time, Mary and I, a 37 years old businessman, now here 37 years old businessman is Gordon Cook. So Gordon Cook and his wife Mary had dreamt of sailing in the wake of famous explorer. Now they had a wish to sail at this world voyage and they wanted to do the sea journey across the world. And for the past 16 years, we had spent all our leisure time. So for the past 16 years, they had Gordon Cook and his wife, they had spent their free time, their enjoying time, honing our seafaring skills in British water. Now, what do you mean by seafaring skills? Seafaring skills are nothing but the skills required to journey smoothly on the ocean. So here the author and his wife, they both were practicing the skills that how smoothly they could do the journey on the ocean. So the leisure time they have spent behind this in British waters. Our boat Wave Walker. Now this is the name of the boat. Please remember the name of the boat is Wave Walker, a 23-meter 30-ton wooden hull beauty. So it was 23-meter long and 30 ton. The weight of the boat was 30 ton. Wooden hull beauty means the bottom part was very much beautiful, had been professionally built, and we had spent months fitting it out and testing it in the roughest weather we could find. Now it was professionally built and they had spent months in the preparation of the boat, and even after testing, once when the boat was ready, they tested it in the roughest weather. Means they used to do small and big voyages before moving towards the world voyage. They did small and big voyages in the roughest weather wherever they could find. The first leg of our planned 3-year. Now the first leg here is a part of their planned 3-year. Now this world journey was of 3 years. They were going to complete it in 3 years. 105,000 kilometer journey passed pleasantly as we sailed down the west coast of Africa to Cape Town. Now their journey, their 105,000 kilometer journey that passed very pleasantly, smoothly, as they sailed down from the west coast of Africa to Cape Town. So their journey from west coast of Africa to Cape Town was very smooth. There, before heading east, we took on 2 crewmen. Now here 2 more characters are there, that before moving towards east, they took 2 crewmen, American Larry Vigil and Swiss Herb Sigler. Please remember the name of the two crewmen, American Larry Vigil and Swiss Herb Sigler, to help us tackle one of the world's roughest seas, the southern Indian Ocean. So they have taken these 2 crewmen to help them. Okay, if any situation or dangerous or difficult situation arises during their journey, because they were supposed to go into the world's roughest sea. So they took these 2 crewmen to help them. On our secondary day out of Cape Town. So from secondary day out of the Cape Town, they took these 2 crewmen. We began to encounter strong gales. Now they began to come across the gales. Okay, strong gales. Strong gales means extremely strong winds, we can say. For the next few weeks, they blew continuously. Now these strong winds, these gales, for the next few weeks, they blew continuously. Gales did not worry me. Now Gordon Cook says that these extreme strong winds, they did not worry me. But the size of the waves was alarming, up to 15 meters. But the size of the wave was, it was alarming, means it was giving the alarm of the danger. It was showing them the danger, and it was up to 15 meters. Now these waves were up to 15 meters and they were very high as our main mast. Now here mast means tall pole on a boat or a ship that supports. So they were 15 meters high as their mast. December 25th found us 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town. Now on December 25th, they found that they had sailed from up till 3,500 kilometers east of Cape Town. Despite of atrocious weather, now atrocious weather means terrible weather, we had a wonderful holiday complete with a Christmas tree. So in spite of this terrible weather, they enjoyed Christmas and they had also prepared a very wonderful Christmas tree in the boat. New Year's Day saw no improvement in the weather. So even after a week, there was no improvement in the weather. But we reasoned that. Now reason that means hoped that the weather might change soon. So they thought that the weather may be okay after 1 week, but it has to change soon. And it did change for the worse. Means the weather changed after a week, but the weather had become more worst than before. At dawn on January 2, now at dawn means early morning on January 2, the waves were gigantic. Gigantic means very huge. We were sailing with only a small storm jib and were still making 8 knots. Now here small storm jib means it is supposed to maintain the stability of a ship during the storm. So this jib is used to maintain the stability of a ship during a storm. But they had only small storm jib and they were making 8 knots. Now knots here is nothing but the distance travelled by a ship in an ocean. As the ship rose to the top of each wave, we could see endless, enormous sea rolling towards us. Now, as the ship rose, means it moved upward towards the waves, because we know that the waves were very huge and they could see nothing but water everywhere. Endless, enormous sea means a very huge, enormous sea rolling towards them. Rolling towards them means moving towards them. And the screaming of the wind and spray was painful to the ears. So as these waves, when they came with the full force and dashed towards the boat, the noise and the wind was very much painful to the ears. To slow the boat down, we dropped the storm jib and lashed a heavy mooring rope in a loop across the stern. Now in order to stabilize the boat, they dropped the storm jib and they lashed a heavy mooring rope. Means they used heavy ropes and tied it tightly to the back end of the ship. And they did this why? Stern means the back end of the ship, and they did this so that at least to decrease the speed of the ship and to stabilize the ship. Then we double lashed everything, went through our life raft drill, attached lifelines, donned oilskins and life jackets and waited. Now they saw that the situation had become very worst. Okay, so they double lashed everything, means they tied everything so that nothing should be damaged during this bad weather. And here what is the meaning of life raft? Life raft means open rubber boat filled with air. So they kept this thing also ready, and they also wore the oil suits. Means here we can say that oil skins. They wore oil skins. Oil skins are nothing but clothing made of waterproof material. And another thing was that they even wore life jackets and waited. So these were all the things they have done to save their life. Okay, so they have even wore the life jackets, they wore the oil skins, they even got ready with the life raft, that is the open rubber boat filled with air, and they even double lashed everything. They tied everything so that nothing would be damaged during the bad weather, and they waited for the weather to stabilize. The first indication of impending disaster came at about 6 p.m. with an ominous silence. Now the first indication, there was an indicator of this disaster that came at about what time? At 6 p.m. with an ominous silence. Now here ominous silence means the silence which shows that something inauspicious will happen, is going to happen, that is ashubh. Inauspicious means what? Ashubh, that is something inauspicious is going to happen and there is going to be a disaster. The wind drooped. Now the wind was stabilized and the sky immediately grew dark. But now what happened? The sky, it immediately grew very dark. Then came a growing roar. Now there was a huge roar, and an enormous cloud towered aft of the ship. Now, enormous means a very huge cloud. Aft means what? Back. It came at the back of the ship. With horror, I realized that it was not a cloud but a wave like no other I had ever seen. Now, this enormous thing was not a cloud, but it was a very huge, gigantic wave that the author had never seen. Gordon Cook had never seen such an enormous wave in his life. It appeared perfectly vertical. It was erect and almost twice the height of the other waves. Means compared to the other waves in the sea, it was very huge and it was twice the height. Its height was twice as compared to the other waves, with a frightful breaking crest. Now here crest means top, and it was very much dangerous, and this wave which was twice the height and it was looking like a cloud, the whole wave it came into the boat. Thanks for watching the video. Have a nice day.